Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, public relations, spreading the news. My question is, whose job is it? Is it the vice? It's everybody. It's not just the vice president of public relations. We want you. I thought that was pretty good. Public relations inside and outside the club. I'm going to touch on maybe membership, but I'm also going to touch on public relations. When you have a guest, smile. Have someone to sit with a guest. Don't make them feel isolated. Sit down by themselves. I spoke to one lady that visited a club, and she said, I went into the club and no one greeted me. No one said anything to me. She didn't go back to that club. I just couldn't imagine that. Always acknowledge your guests. That way they feel important. See if your guest has any questions. Ask your guest, what did you like best about the meeting? If you ask that question, it's a positive note. If you just say, what did you think of the meeting? Well, I didn't like it. It was a little long. But if you ask, what did you like best about the meeting? They'll go on to the positive things. Next is, don't be afraid to ask your guest, would you like to join now? If you ask them to join, they might consider going ahead and joining. If you don't ask, they might just walk off and say, well, thank you. Make sure you have a guest pack. Do you have a guest pack talking about your club, what the benefits of your club might be that you can give a guest? Have name badges for everyone. Because the guest comes in here and says, well, I've seen you, I just don't know you. And also have a badge for them that they can put their name on. Because you go along and you're amongst strangers, you don't know their name. Have a name tag of some sort. Now, websites. This is another way that you can contact people. What grabs you about a website? Is it an exciting site? What makes that site draw people in? Is there a picture that makes the club look like a fun club? Does a website have good selling points to attract visitors? Or is it just a ho-hum site? You know, at our club at Speakeasy, just about everyone has the password and can post things on there. Are the directions up to date? The contact information up to date? I was trying to contact a club a few years ago, and the lady had died 2 years before that, the contact person. They hadn't updated their contact. Now, can you imagine that? Update pictures and videos. Don't just have the same picture over and over again. Because when somebody's visiting your site and say, well, I'm going to look at that again, and it's the same old, who wants to look at something, the same picture, same information, over and over? It gets quite boring. This is a sweet group. This is Speakeasy. They're all just sort of smiling. But what about this group? These guys are looking crazy. They're having fun. Now, let me ask you, if one club was one block to the right of where you lived and one club was to the left one block where you lived, both meet on the same day at the same time, which club would you want to go to? A crazy club? Or someone that's just sort of smiles? Have you ever thought about that? Looks like it has some lively action pictures. I like to put pictures of new members in our website to recognize them. Do you have new members and recognize them? Maybe tell a little bit about them? Do you have videos on your website? Put a video of why he stays in Toastmasters, Jim Rotary. And had a really, really good video, if you have seen that, Also, I put our humorous speech contestant that won first place down here. So people say, we have contests. When people get their confidence built up, they like to enter a contest. Here's an example. And when you video someone, Toastmasters has a video release form. Because if you're putting on YouTube or whatever, they might say, I didn't give you permission. I think I'm going to see my attorney about this. You go, well, I'm just trying to help out. Well, that's too bad. Another thing is a photo release form. If you're going to put pictures up, you better make sure it's okay. You want to do everything legally. Meet our members. Should have pictures of your members on the website. So when visitors go to your website, they say, I wonder what the members look like. I noticed for this club, one of the members is in Texas when it meet our members. And say a little bit of things about that. Here's a great testimony. Some people just have their pictures up there, but we need to have little testimonies how Toastmasters has helped out. Well, I can relate to this. All you have to do is put your picture down in your profile on the website and say a little bit about what Toastmasters has done for you. It's really easy. Facebook. Does this guy look familiar? It looks like Paul Davis.
Who could that be?
Now, Paul Davis is fabulous on Facebook. He promotes clubs, but he shouldn't be the only one promoting the club. So when you see someone saying something about your club, share it. Because then your friends, oh, what is Toastmasters? This looks sort of interesting. If Paul's just doing this by himself, I mean, other people are seeing it. But if the club itself gets out there and shares the pictures, shares comments about your club, people are going to get interested. Another picture of downtown recyclers. Club newsletters. How many people have a club newsletter? Okay, well, we have club newsletters at Speakeasy, and a lot of things gives it what's happening, what's going on, and also noted. Frank Slane's birthday on this particular one was shown. People like to say, oh, that's my picture. Hey, I'm in the newsletter. And this gets inside the club going on. And then you can take the newsletter, print it out, and just hand it to someone. Here's our club. A little great news about your club being shared. Now, especially for this club, contact the PRM, or what we used to call PRO, about putting a club article in the district's newsletter. I mean, how many people really don't know about the pros, what it's for? And if we don't tell someone, no one will know about it. Print club labels. And this is so easy. You can buy the labels, print out your club's address, the time they meet, the day. Then you can have an open house, if you would like. And this will bring people in, put a whole bunch of flyers, put the sticker down, or a contest flyer. When you have a contest, when you like people to come in, this is a great way of opening up for the outside to come in, see the speech contest, and say, hey, we'd like to have you come visit our club again. Free is good. Did you know TI has a whole bunch of things you can get free, except you have to pay for the shipping. The benefits of Toastmasters membership. You can get 25 of these for free. And everyone probably has seen this. Confidence, the voice of leadership, or find your voice. The backside has a great place to put your little stickers that you have placed, that you printed off, and place it on the flyer. Then put it on the hospitals, put it on different places that you go, doctor's office, different places that you go, put it in there. Another free item, from prospective to guest to member, you get 3 of those free. 20 magazines free. When you make a visitor's pack, put a magazine in there. If you don't have enough magazines around the club, You can order them for free. Just pay for the shipping. But you have to call Toastmasters for this. Contact the Toastmaster stores for more free things. They have a lot of things that you can use to promote your club. Have a Toastmaster Speechcraft. We did that at Downtown Recyclers and had a lot of people came in there. Twitter. How many people are tweets? All right. Did you know Oklahoma Toastmasters have tweets? A Twitter account? Am I saying that right? Tweeter?
Yeah,
Twitter? Twitter. I say tweeter. Twitter account. And did you know Toastmasters, our Oklahoma District 16, has a free meetup. Is your club on meetup? Is this club on meetup?
No, we're not.
But you have a club meet? Okay, great. They do have paid, Speakeasy has a paid meetup page, and they go on Google and promote your club as well. YouTube. How many people have a YouTube account?
Oh, no, I didn't.
How many people have Gmail accounts?
Yeah.
Did you know with a Gmail account, you can automatically start loading up things on YouTube?
Really?
Yeah. And what better way to promote your club and put some of those great speeches that we just heard on YouTube? Wouldn't that be great? Also have your club. Explain about your club, where it is on the description, what times you meet. And no telling, someone will say, oh, this is an interesting speech. Well, this is Oklahoma City. Well, I can go to one of these. It would be great. PR paid. You can pay for meetup, like I said. Facebook has what they call Boost. Have you ever done a Boost?
Yeah.
You can boost your club. It's as little as $5, so many clicks. Twitter, LinkedIn ads, Google pay-per-click ads, TV, radio ads, print ads, paper, newspapers, etc. Write an article. How many people's written an article for a newspaper? Great. Now Toastmasters has a blank, more or less, for your, what would you call this? A blank form for the press release. They also have sample press releases that you can use. And I put this one, did you see Melissa test tube for the #1 humorous speech contestant? I announced the contest. You can announce contest winners. I said Edmond resident wins state Toastmaster humorous speech contest and send it in. Well, did anyone look at the paper today?
Is it there?
There it is. Except they said Edmond wins with witty speech on motherhood. That's okay. You know what I say? Anytime you get your club in the paper where it's a little bleep or a whole long article, it can help out your club or Toastmasters. Have someone proofread your press release.
Yes, please.
Use Google search engine to find reporters or editors for the newspapers. I try to go with associate editors a lot of times because I figure the editors are so busy. And you can, this is for the Daily Oklahoman. Departments for the news, local news might be club contest winner for the local news editor. Business news, like the business news editor. New officers in your club. Maybe have some pictures of them. Feature news might be open house or speechcraft. If your newspaper is small, you might just contact the editor or the assistant editor because they just have one editor or assistant editor for a very small paper. Be sure to call the person, your Toastmasters. Don't be afraid to speak to the editor or assistant editor, whoever you send your article in. Ask them if they received the article after you have emailed it. If they said, well, I think I did, Check back with them later. Ask them if they will run the article. Be sure to thank them. They may or may not run the article, so don't get mad if it isn't ran. 99% they may shorten or change the article or the title, but don't worry about it. It's in the paper. That makes you good. Remember, any news in the paper could help your club. Whatever you do, remember to
Spread the message.
That's good. Anything else?
Sure.
When it comes to getting a paper, getting your article in the paper, send a thank you card. I send a thank you card every time they put something in the paper. Say, thank you, I appreciate this, and I think they will work with you a little bit more, because I'm sure a lot of people send things in and they might give a little email, thank you. Send a handwritten card. It makes a big difference. Club business cards. This is where this club would really, really do well, I think, is because TLI, if you find, oh, great. If you, TLI, different contests, different training, whatever. Bring some business cards of your club. Spread them around. Say, let me tell you about our club. Come on through. It's all right. Because a lot of times you can tell people about your club, but they'll forget about it as they walk off, almost like someone's name. What was their name? You ever do that? But they have a card to go by and say, I'd like to invite you. And here's the card. Tell them a little bit about this club. You'll find more people coming. If you use Toastmasters Logo, make sure you follow Toastmaster brand guidelines. They get very sticky on this if you're not doing it along with it. Look in the Toastmaster site for the brand portal. It'll give you some information about that. You don't want to abuse their logo or various other things. Now, this is a pros club. And y'all are events club. Have you ever thought about dropping by the Rotary, the Lions Club, and offering maybe to do a demonstration, to do a speech, to do anything, educational session, keynote speaker, to volunteer, to promote your club? Why not do it with the Rotary, Lions Club, other places? All you have to do is go up there and knock on their door, call the president of that club. What about your personal email? Do you have anything about Toastmasters when you're sending out personal emails? How many people have something on? All right, one. Look, congratulations, John. Yours truly, Rich Rogers. Come visit my club and have the web address. You can do that. You can put that on there as a signature. And every time you send out a personal email, that'll go out. And I say, well, what is this? I'd like to come. They might know you're in Toastmasters because it's a very well-kept secret. Radio shows. It was so fun. As Hobart was talking about, he heard me on KTOK. I was driving to more Toastmasters, and I thought, well, why don't I just call in? So what's the subject? Toastmasters. The guy came on, says, Rich from Toastmasters. Man, Toastmasters is a great organization. He knew more about Toastmasters than I did. He promoted it very well. And I said, you can find more information to find a club near you, go to toastmasters.org. But there's a lot of talk shows that you can call in on. And it's a possibility of maybe having interviews to help promote your club. Look for the open subject times when they say, we have open calls, whatever you want to talk about. Explain Toastmaster and invite people to a meeting. Be sure to tell where, when they meet. Make public service announcements. Have you ever thought about having a funny little 30-second clip on the radio about your Toastmasters Club? You could have a video, you could have audio, you could have the press, whatever, public service announcement. Work together on that. And it's going to be so much fun. Public relations. It's spreading the news. And we all want you. Madam Toastmaster. Thank you.
Great job, Rich. Rich open up for any questions that anybody may have. What questions do you guys have about his presentation? I know I have a question starting off. Like you talked about having pictures on the website and not having them up too long. What is too long? How often should we be changing pictures on the website?
I would change it about every 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't want a month. It's really too long. You
Okay.
need something new about every 2 or 3 weeks.
Would it be reasonable to cycle through 3 or 4?
Sure. Put a video up. Invite them. Just say, our club. Explain what your club is. We'd like to invite you to come. You know, if you have a CC or greater, come on down. We'd love to have you. It'll be fun. Or whatever you want to say.
okay, thank you. And then also, you've talked a lot about our club in particular in the presentation. You gave us a lot of great tips on how to promote the club. And you also said that one of the best ways is to have a card. You thought that would be effective for us, right? Are there any other things that you know about this club that you think that we could hone in on, easy things for public relations, to help us? Because there's so many things, we can't focus on everything.
Sure. The main thing about this particular club is you have to attract other people in other clubs.
Right.
I don't think there's very many people know about this club and what the benefits are. If you can make them hungry for advancing into a stronger Toastmasters Club, then they'll come.
Okay. What are
It's-
some things that we can do? What is the best, like 2 or 3 things that we can focus on? What do you think?
I would just contact the clubs, or maybe you can go visit a club. Ask if I can give a speech. Let me tell them about the pros. And then I'm not taking you away from your club.
Right.
This is an extra club to help you grow once you've completed your competent communicator. Another thing is just email. Another thing is, like I was saying, try to reach out and see if you can have an article in the district newsletter. I think this would really be great. Also on the district website, see if you can't post something on there. And always make articles and share articles on Facebook and in the district area on Facebook. Because it's not just one person, it's everyone.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I had a question. On those public release forms for the video and for the pictures, you recommend we do that every single time we take pictures and video? Can we just keep one in the club and use that one as like...
Well, that's up to you. It's good to be safe.
Okay.
It's good to be safe. Because if it's on the internet, no telling, you know.
So you want to make sure you have a release so if it gets tired. Oh, okay. You do it.
Is that something new that Toastmasters International just come out with?
They've had that. I think they've had that for the last couple, I know for the last couple of years.
They've had it for 15, 20 years.
See,
Most people don't look into it. One of the people that brought it to us first, when I was with us a long time ago, was Mary Person. Know her as Mary Jackson now.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming to our club and sharing about that. I know that there is a wealth of information that we can use to promote our club and to help grow it. So thank you very much.
thank you very much.